It's still absolutely boiling here in the UK, and it's only going to get hotter because we have another big dump of Space Marine 2 news. The June community update has just been posted, and I'm going to cover it in this video. We've got confirmation on the brand new class coming to the game, and also confirmation on the brand new PvP game mode, plus a bunch of other things. So let's jump in, let's go through it all, and let's get waffling. So as we always do, let's jump over to this window. This is the June community post, and it's starting with the things that's just been released. If you've been playing the game, you'll know what's more or less has been happening. So let's start with the actual 8.0 update that has just been released the past couple of weeks. New siege mode. There's some like weapon skins in there, cosmetics and stuff, the Blood Angel stuff, the White Scar stuff. I've already really gone over this, so let's just go into the big news. What comes after year one? Don't forget, September is the 1 year anniversary of Space Marine 2 launching. As it says, as promised, we're excited to share details with you, and even more will be revealed in the upcoming updates this July and August. For now, here are a few things that we can confirm. We're happy to announce a second year of both free and DLC content included in a new yearly season pass on its way. The extended support to Space Marine 2 has been possible thanks to your unwavering support. So once again, thank you for very much being a part of it. Expect the PvE missions, enemies, weapons, and more. It's too early to provide information, but stay tuned. Of course, you know, more things in the future. They've already data mined some stuff. Chaos spawns, Vortex beasts, Black Templar, hero classes. Like, I've done plenty of videos on some of this stuff already over on my channel. It goes on to say, also to celebrate the first anniversary of the game, which I just said, a large-scale update is planned for September. The 10.0 major update 9.0, so that's going to be probably next month, is basically just going to be balancing changes. So there's no new content except for balance stuff coming. And then it goes down to say, unfortunately, that also means a new PvP mode, which we'll get into just in a second, we're planning to release alongside 9.0 update, will be postponed to the big 10.0 update. It says, while we can't show you how it looks, the least we can do is reveal what the new mode will be about. And this is the previous video I just did about the data miners finding that stuff. But there's more stuff come to light now, and they've addressed it in this. This new mode will take place on a new map. More PvP maps is always welcome. At this point, I expected more PvP maps from developers. I've got to say this, right? PvP is a big part of the Space Marine fandom. Number One had a bunch of maps, and I was hoping by now we'd at least have 2 or 3 more PvP maps. So hopefully that is something that they can provide and take that feedback on. Now, this is where it gets really spicy. It will oppose 2 sides, but it's not going to be loyalist versus chaos like in regular PvP. Instead, it's going to be chaos versus chaos, which I'll get into this in a second. Let's just finish the point. Last but not least, you'll be able to take control of the Hellbrute. Yep, which is great news. I've always said I want to take control of a Dreadnought, Hellbrute, that type of stuff, just like we had back in the day with the original Space Marine Dreadnought game. Now, a thing that concerns me about Chaos versus Chaos is how they're going to implement it. Like, visually, from a visual standpoint, having, like, maybe a team of 2 Alphariuses, like 2 characters playing as the Alpharius skin, could get very confusing. You know, a bunch of Iron Warriors, because sometimes visually you just see a skin and say, okay, that is not a Chaos guy, that is a Loyalist guy, he's on my team, and then you start blasting, right? That split second can mean death or, you know, becoming the absolute hero in the game. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they do this. Are they going to do it where, like, Team 1 is all Iron Warriors and Team 1 are all Alpha Legion? Team 1 all Black Legion, Team 2 are going to be all Thousand Suns, you know, something like that. Like, how are they going to stop that visual confusion actually in the game? One of the reasons that was stated by my friend Skitzer on why they're choosing to do the Hellbrute, and it is Chaos versus Chaos, is because a Redemptor would absolutely tear apart a Hellbrute in the game, and it just want to make it fair in terms of balance. I kind of have to disagree with that. All you have to say is, like, guess what? The Chaos Hellbrute has just got some more chaos demonic things inside of it, and it's pushed its power levels up so it can actually face against the Redemptor Dreadnought. I don't know why they've chose to do this. Obviously, there's reasons behind it. It's probably design reasons. That's the only thing I can think off the top of my head. But it'd be really nice for the developers to come out and state why they've chosen to do this. Anyway, it goes on to say the new Chaos game mode is centered around Chaos. New Chaos armors will be added to the game. Again, we've gone through the data mine stuff in previous videos. Check my Space Marine 2 playlist. I've gone through all them, shown all them off. There's a bunch of cool armors coming. Hopefully, customizable armors, just like you have for the Loyalist in PvP. This is what needs to be happening for the Chaos guys in PvP as well. And if we move down the list, we get onto the new melee weapon. A new melee weapon will also be added as part of the big 10.0 update. The Power Axe, it will have its own moveset, executions, animations. We'll show you more of this weapon later on, but here's the first look. Nice, cool Power Axe. I know a bunch of people always come to my videos and say, well, the modders added this in, you know, months ago, and which is great, which is amazing. The modders are absolutely taking this game to the next level. But what people fail to understand is that the developers officially have to get everything okayed by Games Workshop. The design, the skin, the executions, the voices, every little thing you see has to get a green light from Games Workshop, and that sadly takes a lot of time, where the modders, they don't have to answer to anyone except their own timetables. So this is why the modders are actually pumping amazing content out, and it's taking the developers, you know, a little bit of time to catch up with that content, because they have to answer to a higher authority. So please just remember that they can't work as fast as modders. Well, they can work as fast as modders, but they have to, you know, get everything okayed off GW. That's just a licensing thing. Finally, we announced a while ago, it goes on to say, we're working on a new class for PvP and PvE, right? PvP and PvE. This is the big one, okay? We're now advanced enough in its development to announce the new class will be the Tech Marine. Officially, it's been announced again. When it comes to the data miners, we've been skirting around this for a while now, but it's nice to see officially that they've announced this. And the big thing again, PvE and PvP, that must mean there's going to be an opposite class on the Chaos side. Are we about to get a Warsmith or something happening with Chaos? Because that's what it goes with. They literally, you know, balance the game by, all right, you take an assault, they can take an assault. You take a tactical, they can take a tactical. If I can take a Tech Marine, then surely Chaos will have to take something similar to that. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see what road they go down with the PvP aspect of this Tech Marine going forward. I'm excited for it. I've been excited for a while now. Like, I wonder what abilities it's going to have in game, how it's going to affect the game going forward. I've got to be able to put like tarantula turrets down and do all this like mad type of stuff. I'm really, really interested to see where we go with it. And just to end the article, they go through some of the patch 8.0 details. For example, they're talking about the timer change. If you actually played on the PTS server, which I did along with a lot of my friends, the original Siege mode had a timer in it, which I personally thought was, I didn't like it, but I'm glad they took that out there, because sometimes mobs bugged, sometimes it took a little bit long to come up with tactics to take certain things down. I think the timer was just a wasted resource. Like some of the Siege mode games I played, I've gone into like 1 hour, 30 minutes, nearly 2 hours, some of them, and everything like that. So, you know, it is a time you invest into with your friends, and being a timer put on that is just something I just didn't agree with. If we go down, it just sums up like the White Scars chapter pack, which we've all seen at this moment in time. I'll zoom in a little bit more. We've gone through all this in my previous videos, you know, the new hero, the skins for the bolters, the helmets, the chest pieces, etc. The successor chapters for the White Scars are on here, again with the Blood Angels, the cosmetic pack, the successors that were added to the Blood Angels. I know a lot of people have been saying, Valrak, where is the hero for the Blood Angels? Trust me, it's coming. Same with the Raven Guard, that's coming. The Tech Marine, I personally think, is going to be Iron Hands. That's going to be the hero in there. So don't worry, they are going to add more heroes in, and they'll probably just put maybe a Blood Angel Assault in or something like that, or a Raven Guard Sniper. They have no problem now going forward and just putting multiple hero classes in the classes that we've already got. again, if we go back to the data mine stuff, there's going to be a brand new Black Templar champion skin, and that is going to be the Bulwark, according to the data mine stuff. And we already have a Dark Angel Bulwark champion skin, so it doesn't really matter if one has it already. They'll just add multiple ones in there, which, again, is fine with me. It's great, right? That's what I want. Give us as much cool stuff as possible. Twitch drops come with a patch 8.0. If you like to stream on Twitch, I do not. I stream on YouTube. Hopefully one day YouTube will have this type of support, but yeah, I doubt it. And, you know, a bunch of stuff, DLS4 support, etc. Few supports, few improvements, classes and weapons balancing. Possible to have multiple Terminus enemies spawning in absolute difficulty. Option to turn off bots in operations and siege mode private lobbies. Thunderhammer on Bulwark, PvE only. I don't know why they didn't allow that in PvP. Again, I don't know. Maybe I'd love to hear their explanation behind some of this, and a fan contest. And yeah, that is it. That is basically this June newsletter. Next June, I think it's going to be the spicy one, because then we're going to really see some of the big things coming forward. I think we'll see the first preview of that new Tech Marine class, and maybe how it works, maybe even some footage of the new Tech Marine. So I'm really excited to jump in and see that, and get more content added to this game. But let me know what you think. Are you still enjoying Space Marine 2? Have you stopped playing? Is it a dead game for you? Are you enjoying the new siege mode? Put it all down below, and we'll have a nice little chin wag down there, as we always do. See you now. Have a great day, and bye-bye.